if you want passive income, then you should invest in companies that have been paying dividend regularly. And as you can see from this, what's up, in today's video we're gonna go through the best 5 blue chip stocks in Nairobi Securities Exchange, and we're gonna go through an analysis of the share price trends of each and every company that we have in the list, and we're gonna also go through their dividend history as well as their latest financial report, so that you can make an informed decision on whether to invest in either of these companies. And from this list, you'll have access to 3 shares that are affordable. So with as little as 4,000 Kenyan shillings, you can invest in one of these shares. And this video is only for educational purpose, so don't take it as a financial advice. Always reach out to your financial advisor for more guidance, or you can also do more research on either of these shares. So I'll recommend that you watch till the end so that you can have enough information that can help you in your research and also in your decision making process. And we're gonna start by understanding what blue chip stocks are. So blue chip stocks are shares of large, well-established and financially sound companies with a long history of reliable performance and a strong reputation. So that is the basic explanation of blue chip stocks. And without further ado, let's get started with our first share, and that is of a company known as Co-operative Bank of Kenya. As you can see, the share price of this company is on the upward trajectory and is also still affordable. The current share price is 24.45 Kenya shillings, that is 24 shillings 45 cents. And the market capitalization of this company is currently 145.51 billion Kenya shillings. Basic earning per share is sitting at 4 shillings 75 cents. And let's see the dividend history of this company so that we can see whether it has been paying dividend consistently. So when it comes to investing in a company in Nairobi Securities Exchange, and your main agenda is to have passive income, always go for companies that pay dividend consistently. And this is one of the companies that you can bet on. So as you can see, currently the next payment date will be on December 4, 2025, and the dividend to be paid is 1 shilling. And from here you can see that the 1 shilling is an interim dividend. So they are yet to announce the final dividend, and this company has been paying dividend annually. Since 2018, this company has been paying a dividend of 1 shilling up to 2021. And from 2022, 2023 to 2024, they have paid a dividend of 1.5 Kenya shillings. So you can see there is an improvement of 50 cents. And with the interim dividend being 1 shillings, there is high probability that the final dividend might be 50 cents or even more. And let's see their most recent financial performance so that you can make a decision on whether this is one of the viable companies that you can invest in. So the operating income for the first half of 2025 for Co-operative Bank was 43.49 billion Kenya shillings, and profit after tax is 14.08 billion Kenya shillings. So those are the most recent financial performance of Co-operative Bank. And one of the reasons why you should include this in your investment portfolio is that banking sector tends to benefit when the economy recovers, interest rates stabilize, and also consumer business credit grows. So most banks make money by offering loans. So if the interest rate stabilizes and also people or businesses are able to borrow more from this company, then they will be able to generate more revenue. And with more revenue, they'll be able to pay dividend to its shareholders consistently. And this over diversification from telecom. So if you have a Safaricom share, then the best alternative for you to diversify is Co-operative Bank. As you know, currently Safaricom share is around 30 shillings, and with this being 24, it is affordable, so you can include it in your portfolio. And what you need to watch is the dividend yield trend, the book loan quality, regional expansion, and how interest rate changes affect this company. And let's now go into our second blue chip stock that you can invest in, and this is of a company in the banking sector, but it majors mostly in investment banking, and that is Stanbic Holding. Let's now see the price trend of this Stanbic Holding shares. As you can see, currently the share price of Stanbic Holding is retailing at 194.50 Kenya shillings. So if you are to invest in this company, you will require more money compared to that of Co-operative, which was retailing at 24 shillings 45 cents. So this is one of the companies that has been paying dividend consistently. And for now, the market capitalization of this company is currently sitting at 76.89 billion Kenya shillings. So you can see that it is less compared to that of Co-operative Bank. And that's why Co-operative Bank is listed as one of the companies with large market capitalization. And let's now see the dividend history of this company so that you can decide whether this is worth your investment for you to earn passive income in form of dividend payout. The last dividend payment was on 29 September 2025 and they paid a dividend of 3 shillings 80 cents. The dividend yield of this company is sitting at 11.67%. And from 2018, we can see that this company has been paying dividend consistently and in an increasing manner. So in 2018, they paid a dividend of 5.8, and in 2019, they paid 7.05, but it dropped in 2020. Of course, we had COVID-19 and that might have affected their business. So they paid a dividend of 3.8 Kenya shillings, but the following year, they increased to 9 Kenya shillings. And in 2022, they paid 12.6, 2023, 15.35, and last year, 2024, they paid a dividend of 20.74. And currently, they announced an interim dividend of 3.8, and the final dividend for this year was 18.9 Kenya shillings. So this is a company that is also paying dividend consistently, so you can include it as one of the companies in your watch list if you want to invest in a blue chip stock in Nairobi Securities Exchange. And let's see the financial performance of this company, the most recent financial performance. So the total operating income from the most recent financial report was 39.7 billion Kenya shillings for the year 2024, down from 41.3 billion Kenya shillings. So there was a slight drop in terms of operating income. And in terms of the net profit, despite the drop in operating income, the net profit improved by 13% compared to the year 2023. The net profit for 2024 was 13.7 billion Kenya shillings. And one of the reasons why you should include this company in your watch list is because it could have growth potential if it improves its margins or expand in digital banking. And recently, we had some information that they want to acquire NCPA Bank, and that will be a good move in improving their margins. So this is one of the company you should keep an eye on. And let's now go into our third blue chip stock that you can invest in, and that is in British American Tobacco Kenya. So this is one of the companies in the manufacturing sector that has been paying dividend consistently. And let's see the share price trend of this company. Then later we're gonna see the dividend history. So as you can see here, the current share price of this company is sitting at Kenya shillings 450. So this is one of the most expensive stock in Nairobi Securities Exchange. And in 2022, it reached 500 Kenya shillings. So currently it's still on a discount. So this is a company that you should keep an eye on because it also has a strong financial report. So we're going to see the dividend history of this company, and then later we're going to check the financial report, that is the latest financial report, so that you can make a decision on whether to invest in this company. So this is one of the companies that is paying dividend in the Nairobi Securities Exchange, and not only dividend, good amount of dividend. So as you can see, in the last 5 years, they have managed to pay dividend increasingly. As you can see, in 2018, they paid a dividend of 35 Kenya shillings, and in 2019, 33.5, 2020, 45 Kenya shillings, 2021, they paid a dividend of 53.5, and in 2022, they paid a dividend of 57 Kenya shillings, and currently they have been paying a dividend of 50 Kenya shillings. So this company pays both interim and final dividend. And let's see their financial performance so that you can decide whether this company is suitable for you to invest in. So as a beginner, you might find out that this company actually requires you to have a large amount of money to invest in, because the minimum amount of shares you can invest in Nairobi Securities Exchange is 100 shares. So times 450 Kenya shillings, you need around 50,000 Kenya shillings in order to invest in this company. But we have already seen Co-operative Bank, which is one of the affordable shares, and the last two shares that we're going to see are also affordable. But before we go into that, the net revenue for the year 2024 for British American Tobacco was 25.7 billion Kenya shillings, and profit before tax was 6.5 billion Kenya shillings. So you can see that this company has a positive financial report. They are able to make profit, and if a company is able to make profit, then they will definitely or they are likely to pay dividend. And one of the reasons why you should include this company in your watch list of shares to invest in is because of their dividend income and also inflation edge characteristic depending on their pricing power. So this is a company that is able to survive through some tough economic seasons, like also in the COVID-19, they still pay dividend while other companies did not pay. So for beginners, there are some things that you should be aware of when it comes to investing in British American Tobacco Kenya. And one is regulation, that is tobacco tax, and also health laws. So those are some of the things that can affect the profitability of this company. And also you should always watch the dividend sustainability and also consumer trend, because these are companies in the manufacturing sector and also the consumers play a big role in profitability of this company. And let's now go into our fourth blue chip stock. And this company is in the manufacturing sector and also investment sector. So that company is Carbacid Investment PLC. So this company engage in processing of carbon dioxide gas, and they sell it to food and processing industries. As you can see, the current share price of this company is 31 Kenya shillings, which means that it is affordable. So with at least 3,500 Kenya shillings, you can invest in 100 shares of this company. And the share price of this company went up to 67 Kenya shillings back in 2014. And I've already done a review about this company, so you can check out one of my videos to see a full review about this company. And let's now see the dividend history of this company so that you can know whether it's worth your investment for you to earn passive income. And one of the most amazing thing about this company is that they don't depend heavily on debt. So their balance sheet is good. And let's see the dividend history of this company. As you can see, this company has been paying dividend regularly, and also they have managed to increase their dividend. So in 2018 to 2021, they paid a dividend of 70 cents. And in 2022 to 2024, they paid a dividend of 1.7 Kenya shillings. So they were able to increase the dividend payment by 1 shillings. And this year, they even increased it to 2 shillings. So this is a company that you can also include in your watch list. And also it is affordable for you. So as a beginner or someone who don't have huge amount of money, then you can bet on this company together with Cooperative Bank, which is also affordable. And let's see their current financial report so that we can know whether this company is performing well financially. So Carbacid Investment PLC revenue for the year ended July 31st, 2025 was 2.1 billion Kenya shillings. And profit after tax for year 2025 is Kenya shillings 1 billion, which is a 18.95% growth from year 2024. The final dividend process or announced is 2 shillings per share. And some of the things you should watch out is the export exposure, foreign exchange risk and cost of input, dividend trend, and finally the growth in industrial gas demand. So those are some of the things that can affect the performance and also the revenue of this company. So you should watch out for that. Finally, in our list, we have ABSA Bank Kenya as one of the other blue chip stock that you can invest in Nairobi Securities Exchange. As you can see, the share price of this company is also affordable. It is sitting at 24 shillings 50 cents, and this company share has been on the upward trajectory. And let's see the dividend history of this company so that we can see whether this is one of the other suitable companies that pays dividend regularly or not. So if you want passive income, then you should invest in companies that have been paying dividend regularly. And as you can see from this, the last payment of dividend was on October 15, 2025, and they paid a dividend of 20 cents. The dividend yield for this company currently is 7%. So with this, we can see that the company has been paying dividend except in 2020. So in 2018 and 2019, they paid a dividend of 1.1 Kenya shillings. Same case to 2021, and from 2022 to 2024, they have managed to increase the amount of dividend they have been paying by around 20 cents. So this is a company that you can also bet on and you can invest in them. As you can see, this company pays dividend in form of interim and final dividend. So as a beginner with at least 3,000 Kenya shillings, you can invest in this company because they pay dividend regularly, except for the year 2020. That might be because of COVID-19. So when it comes to investing, always see some of the challenges that companies may go through. So for ABSA, they didn't pay any dividend in 2020. So let's see the financial performance of this company from their most recent financial report. So ABSA Bank Kenya PLC total revenue for the first half of 2025 was 31.5 billion, a margin decrease of 1.2% compared to the same period in the previous year. So the amount of revenue dropped a little bit this year compared to last year. But in terms of profit after tax for the first half of 2025, they managed to make a profit of 11.7 billion Kenya shillings, which is up by 9% compared to the previous year. And the dividend currently is 1.75 Kenya shillings. So this is one of the other banks that you can include in your portfolio if you have already invested in cooperative bank. So instead of just having one bank, you can include ABSA Bank, and it's also affordable. And some of the things you should watch out is the market share, digital banking transformation, cost to income ratio, and also the dividend policy. Dividend policy is how the companies decide how much they will pay out as dividend and also how much they will retain from the profit they make. And those are the best 5 blue chip stocks that you can invest in the Nairobi Securities Exchange. And if you have been able to gain some insight from this video, I recommend that you subscribe and also share this video with your friends. And let me see you in my next video.